Oh boy.
So Kramer, it seems like the chat is a little bit more optimistic. It
I can
feels
see
like
that. I just don't. For me to be optimistic on this team, I have to be optimistic on the quarterback. And it does seem like if JJ McCarthy's going to be good, it's not going to be right away, which means we're going to see Sam Darnold. And you know what? If Sam Darnold is good this year, I will be a little bit pissed because I was invested last year. But look, it is what it is. We understand what Sam Darnold is, and just like some of the other teams where the quarterback potentially a problem, this is a very good situation.
yeah,
and a lot of things.
It is the chat. I'm realizing is split, but it's because Easy is in there. He's a Lions fan. Olan, who's a Bears fan. So there's some NFC North bias creeping into the chat, and they're a tough team, right? Which no one wants to hear when handicapping these things, but I think it's true because they do have top tier talent at a couple positions, a la the Justin Jefferson. They do have good coordinators. They are well coached, but you can't have that ceiling without that quarterback.
And I think it's easy to remember what the offense looked like with Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is, a solid gatekeeper quarterback. Now, the fact that he vaulted a team into be a Super Bowl contender feels crazy, but he certainly makes you a playoff contender. And I don't know if Sam Darnold has ever been labeled playoff contender.
The idea that they were like, hey, they were competitive in games with these trash quarterbacks, I think is somewhat correct, but they were still also 1-6 straight up. I was there. I remember it.
Who would you rather have, Will Levis or Sam Darnold?
Me, 100% Will Levis. I love that guy. I mean, look at the work he's putting in on the off season.
How many quarterbacks would you take Sam Darnold over?
So again, I'm not throwing out. I'm not mentioning Daniel Jones to try and fire you up, Ryan. But I think with
that's a bad take.
No. I'm saying with a sample size of 56 starts, we know who Sam Darnold is, and Sam Darnold, a la Sam Bradford, not a franchise quarterback. So when you get over 50 games, I think you are kind of who you are as a quarterback. Where are these people like? Where was the ceiling for Sam Darnold? Where was like, man, that was a great Sam Darnold window.
It was last year. It just went out the window.
But what do you mean?
No, I mean, like I was betting on the ceiling last year.
Yeah, I think, and maybe there's some of that creeping in here.
So you're not interested in the Sam Darnold MVP price?
No, I'm not. Okay. And all right. I guess he did finish 4-2 with the Panthers in 2022.
Wow.
But I watched that. He had 6 games. He threw 7 touchdowns. That's not yards. That's not elite quarterback play. I'm sorry, and not even elite, but like, he's never had a nickname. That's all you need to know about Sam Darnold.
Sammy D.
Slinging
Sammy D.
So 8-9 between 2 seasons at the Carolina Panthers was his best run as a quarterback.
All right. So what do you have any sort of action?
So I guess as much as I shit on him, I guess 7-10, but I don't even know how much I love the over 6.5. I won't be
Justin Jefferson is 15-1 to win Offensive Player of the Year.
That's crazy. I mean, who's gonna hate on Justin Jefferson? I don't like that. I think I'm going to be betting like Robert Tonyan first touchdown. Like that's the kind of stuff that's interesting to me.
Oh boy.
I also think best ball stuff, Ty Chandler, I'm really interested in, and maybe I should have a little bit more Aaron Jones because whatever. If he does stay healthy, certainly has that ceiling.
Most rushing touchdowns.
Okay. What are we looking at here?
Aaron Jones, 70-1. Put me down.
Okay.
That's how I say something nice about the Vikings. I love Aaron Jones. He's cashed me 3 touchdown bets before, back when they priced him 45-1, Sean. And it's a better way to play his ceiling, in my opinion, because he has those spike games.
Yeah. You know what? I'll co-sign that, because to your point, I don't think he's going to have enough. Well, so yeah, whatever the injury stuff, he'll probably end up getting injured. But if he doesn't, Aaron Jones having a Jamal Williams type
Yeah.
season where he leads the league in rushing touchdowns. That to me at 70-1 is a pretty good price. So, all right, I'm with you there. You can talk me. You can talk me into that.
Him to have the most rushing and receiving yards is 40-1. Touchdowns is better, I think.
Don't like that. What about? Did we talk?
Another angle. I brought these more as an offering, so not very positive. But the Vikings to lead the league in sacks. Are you interested in that? It's 60-1. Brian Flores loves to attack.
Have they ever been close?
I think this is more of, do you think that, like, to me, you have to think they're going to be leading in games.
Okay.
So I'm not really interested in this. I've seen some people kick this around over on the internet though.
Ryan, can you pull up the latest odds of who is going to be the starting quarterback week 1?
Oh,
because I'd like to look at that market, and I think that could impact some of these other plays that I got, but I just want to confirm where we're at. I forgot to check it before we went, and I'm not remembering.
Oh, they hide it so good. All right. Yeah. We got Sam Darnold is now -600.
Okay.
JJ McCarthy +400.
So rarely do
Can you play the breaking news?
Yeah.
Bo Nix is down to -200. Jared Stidham +190. I did call for Jared Stidham a couple months back. Wasn't sure Bo Nix would be a lot.
I still like Bo Nix a lot, but and hey, if he looks like dog shit in the preseason,
yeah,
it's not a lock. We kept saying you shouldn't be laying money on any of these starting quarterbacks. Take some small sprinkles on the dogs because that's where the value is. Now, maybe I don't know. The camp reports haven't been great on JJ McCarthy. Would I be shocked?
It's early. He's a rookie.
+400. I don't know if I'm going to give that out here. I feel like we already kind of hit on that market, but what it's getting me to discuss is, Brian, this is crazy. And the people at Underdog Fantasy, God bless them.
What'd they do?
Love the product. They're asleep at the wheel.
Yeah.
Cause they're listing a JJ McCarthy passing touchdowns, fantasy projection. What do you think that number is?
How do I play this game if I already know it? It's 16.
You already know it, but it's 18.5, which if you recall, that was the same number as Daniel Jones, who is 100% starting week 1.
No, his was 16.5.
Okay. All right. So JJ McCarthy, a rookie quarterback, even if it was a full season rookie quarterback, I like a lower 18.5. 18.5 is bonkers. That's insane. If we believe that Sam Darnold is truly a -600 to start at this point, I do think he should be the favorite. Maybe not quite that big of a favorite, but 18.5. Now maybe this doesn't cash because he doesn't get in, but still lower 18.5.
I honestly,
I don't like right now. If I had to guess, I don't think he comes in before the bye, and then he's really up against it.
I didn't quite understand this when I was diving into the underdog numbers because
it's a misprice. To your
point, the projection doesn't make sense. Like the projection makes sense if he's playing. The projection is basically saying he's going to step in and immediately be like slinging the ball all over the place. Which, how can you say that? So yeah, I completely agree with you. And honestly, I don't think you can really the other numbers they're dangling on the other players. I'm not really interested on.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones touchdowns at 5.5. Okay. You can talk me into that, but I'd rather play the long shot stuff for him to lead whatever. I mean, even to bring back up the division stuff, I love the lead division prices. For him to lead the division in touchdowns. Now, granted, you do have Josh Jacobs and DeAndre Swift and Gibbs and Montgomery ahead of him, but he is +550. He's the 5th long shot to lead the North in rushing touchdowns. I'm sorry, that was yards. Hold on.
Okay.
But
Ryan, how many times has Sam Darnold gone over 18.5 passing touchdowns in his career? 15.5
once.
No, sorry, 18. He's gone over once. He had 19 one year.
So yeah, I don't know. I think the negative thing is, is there any chance we're playing most interceptions?
No, because I don't see. I think both. Like I think this is going to be a true split, and I wouldn't be surprised if they struggle early. And we highlighted how tough that schedule is if they put in JJ McCarthy. So I don't think either quarterback's going to have a full season. So I like any sort of unders, lowers that you can get on either quarterback. I think feels pretty good. But JJ McCarthy lower passing touchdowns on underdog at 18.5. That's one of my favorite underdog season long plays.
To your point, it's like leaving Curtis Samuel on the Commanders. It's clear and obvious.
I think they missed it. Now we keep talking about what is the floor for this Vikings team. I looked at the fewest wins market. It's 10-1.
Honestly, they're shortest odds than the last winless team. They're shorter odds than the Giants, who they're favored over week 1. So go figure that math out.
I don't get that.
I think people are betting on them maybe to start slow. So to your point, the value isn't there.
Yeah, and I don't like last winless team because they have a game against the Giants where the spread is 1 point. And I don't like fewest wins because we're only getting them 10-1. If it was like 15-1, 20-1, maybe that's interesting. Ryan, what do you, any of the division leader stuff? I know you mentioned the Aaron Jones type stuff. What, any of the other division leader markets you find interesting?
I mean, to your point, I don't think you can play the passing markets because it does seem like there's going to be a quarterback swap at some point. And Justin Jefferson is priced as if he has a great quarterback. So it's like, I don't really know what to do with this. To your point, certainly going to be a fun team for first touchdown.
Yeah.
Since they have some nice big names. And I honestly, I think I'll end up, I do think that I'm just going to play Aaron Jones in all the positive stuff. I'll take like a half a unit. I'll take a little of that division rushing yards. Give me the overall rushing touchdowns.
Well, Ryan, week 1, I know, and I'm already playing around with some DK Millie Maker lineups. I am going to be playing whoever the Vikings end up going with at tight end, whether it's Josh Oliver. I mean, remember Johnny Munt, Ryan, Robert Tunyon's on the team, one of those guys, and even whoever the second tight end is, I think will be interesting for first touchdown stuff. The starting tight end, I think is going to be interesting for DFS fantasy, especially because the Giants historically have struggled against the tight end, but not different situation now. So Ryan, you said officially I only have you down for under 6.5 wins and most rushing touchdowns. Aaron Jones.
Give me most rushing yards. Aaron Jones in the division plus 550.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. I mean,
to me, I'm not touching that because at 550 it's not intriguing enough. I mean, I like the total long shot of the touchdowns, playing his ceiling there, but other than that,
and I got to be honest, I was digging around. We haven't talked much about the first 5 game markets that they put out now, but basically for every team they have win totals and exact number of wins for the first 5 games. And we looked at this Vikings schedule and we said that's a very tough start to the schedule. Basically what I'm seeing is, because very easy to see a path where they lose to the Niners, Texans, Packers on the road and Jets in London. Basically you're converting you're picking the Giants instead of at plus 110 or whatever you're getting on the money line right now. 0 wins for the Vikings over those first 5 games, Sean, plus 550. So the way I'm hearing that is I'm now getting a Giants money line for plus 550. Because if the Giants beat in week 1, we're cashing this ticket.
All right, that's
put me down for that too. Vikings 0 wins in the first 4.
0 wins in first 4 is plus
550. Now, do you think if they get that, they're going to be the last winless team?
That's interesting because I was trying to think
10-1.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again,
is that a ladder? Do I have to ladder that?
get the safety inspector out. Call OSHA.
You know what? Put me down for that then. I guess last winless team, 10-1. All right, here we are. I'm getting negative again.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're very strong on that week 1 game. To me, at 10-1, it's not quite interesting enough.
Oh, I got Giants money line plus 550 in my pocket right now.
How many games does JJ McCarthy start, Ryan? That's a great question.
I mean, when's the bye week? I do think the bye week will it's after the London game. Perfect. So after they bottom out and go 0-5, they have a bye week, and then JJ starts at home against the Lions.
All right. Yeah, I can see
Michigan kid gets
really against that pass rush.
They have a decent
against
line.
Hutch.
Look, if they're 0-5, he's coming in. Then he'll start 11 games. Well, if he stays out, if he comes in and gets hurt in that first game because Hutch murders him, and then Darnold has to come back in, I'm here for that. Yeah, I would say that I'll make that prediction. I don't know if he stays healthy.
Yeah, that's going to be. I mean,
11 games if he stays healthy.
Sam Darnold. Let's just a reminder before you if you're a Vikings fan, Vikings backer.
What's that?
Let's just a little reminder to pump the brakes. Sam Darnold 21-35 as a starter. Ryan, what's the most number of games he's ever played in a season?
It's like 12, right?
13. He played 13 his rookie year, 13 his second year, 12 his third year, 11, 6, 1.
Not very durable.
Sam Darnold is who we thought he was, and we let him off the hook. Don't let Sam Darnold off the hook.
Sam Darnold 200-1 MVP.
7th year, Ryan. That's where you really hit your stride as a quarterback. That's where you're able to finish a season standing upright and not sucking. It's a double whammy for him. He has injury issues and he has sucking issues.
Yeah. JJ McCarthy 250-1 to win the MVP. That's an impressive. If you're a Vikings fan, you can bet both quarterbacks on your team at 200-1 or longer to win the MVP. They say if you have two quarterbacks, you don't have a quarterback, Sean.
Also, I do think we should discuss Coach of the Year. To me,
really.
Well, I think we should discuss it. Okay. I don't think it's Kevin O'Connell's in the mix because at 7-10, they would have to be the number 1 seed, I think, for him to get because they won 7 games. Now maybe you get some credit.
No. Sam Darnold's your quarterback, and you make the playoffs. The coach is getting a lot of credit.
I don't know. Like I think I think
he'll get credit.
I think you would have to win 11 games.
He's very good looking. We saw him at the win. You could see why people would vote for him.
That was a funny scene running into NFL coaches at a casino is always a funny.
He's very tall.
#Legends only.
Who is he with?
An attractive lady.
Yeah.
And some quarterback. Yeah, one of the Colt McCoy.
Colt McCoy. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, him, Colt McCoy's lady. Seems like they were having. I think they were doing an episode of the Underdog Show.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Underdog. So I think for him to win Coach of the Year, I think you got to win 11 games.
Yeah, I don't love the price. I mean, he's in.
What's his price?
20-1. He's in the same range as, Brian Callahan for one, who we like more. Antonio Pierce is down to 20-1 in some places. Actually, I mean McDonald. I guess the coaches around him have more opportunity to improve, but he would, because he's a quarterback whisperer, he would get credit if this team's successful because it's weird though because people expect the quarterback to be good because of him, but if they are good, he'll then get credit for them being good because of him, and it probably helps him in that market. I do think he's also a guy that. Look, they want to say nice things about him. Clearly, I've not heard any negative takes on the Vikings this entire preseason. So whatever that however that
he's never won it. He's never won it, which I think is a check in his direction.
Well, yeah, I mean he's got to make the playoffs. That's the table stakes, and if they make the playoffs, he has to hope that's as good as any other of these. Like Titans can't win the division. You can't have. Anything with Harbaugh sniffing a playoff berth, you probably can't even. I think it's fair to think that the Falcons have to suck, the Cardinals have to suck, the Colts probably have to be bad again. I think Matt Eberflus, even though I don't think he should get votes, he'll get votes if Caleb Williams looks really good. There's just a lot of bullets.
What is McCarthy Rookie of the Year?
Let's see here.
Because I don't
20-1.
Yeah, no way. Because I think
burn your money, right?
I would rather take the Bo Nix at similar price. Just
16-1.
Yeah,
Drake May 25-1.
Drake May again. I'm out on because of the offensive line for the Pats, but Bo Nix, he's looking like he's probably going to be the day one starter. JJ McCarthy. I mean, the fact that you start most of the season is a huge advantage in the rookie of the year market.
Michael Penix still 60-1.
Kramer, what's your official? Your love of Michael Penix.
Just wait till I throw out a Spencer Rattler rookie of the year in the Saints preview.
What is your underdog play, Ryan?
Oh no, I'm with you. That's why I knew the number.
Okay.
Hey, I don't know why. I mean, I could go higher on Aaron Jones, but I'm with you. Like, assuming he just needs to play for this to count.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why they would offer something if he doesn't play the first snap of the season or the first game. It wouldn't count.
Double check the house rules if you're going huge, but yeah.
But I don't know how you lose. It's like it's a push or a win. It's one of these weird spots you can put yourself in where
and look at Darnold. He's never played 16, 17 games. So there's a great chance JJ McCarthy will get at least a couple snaps.
He's playing and he's not getting that many touchdowns.
That to me is
how many games? How many games does he have to play to get that many touchdowns?
I think even if he played the whole season, I would still look to the lower.
What do you think they're projecting? Do you think that's against 11 games? That would be an aggressive 11 game projection.
You know what? It's probably what happens is they look at the Vikings passing touchdowns and they say, "Oh, okay, they had 30 passing touchdowns last year. All right, well, what is 11? You know, what is that?" To your point, they probably have him projected at 12 games, and then some. I imagine they're looking at their 30 passing touchdowns last year and using that as their number, which I would not do because again, I think Aaron Jones is going to steal a lot of the passing touchdowns. I think there's how many games is he actually going to play is a huge shit show, and he's a rookie.
Sorry, I was making a note to actually bet Spencer Rattler rookie of the year. I mean, unfortunately for the Vikings fans, we're salty, I guess.
Danger Aaron saying Sean slips his beers ever so daintily.
Wow. Whoa.
Now he's in my head. Is it because my pinky pops up?
Oh wow.
Maybe that's it.
Just coming after you.
Coming after
football
me.
Season.
I know. I gotta get into football.
It's not like
shit.
you were rushing back from hot yoga.
Hey, I gotta get my sweat in. I gotta look good for Stadium Swim, Ryan. I gotta be ripped out there.
Sam Hartman.
The fans demand it.
Sam Hartman 200-1 rookie of the year.
Sam Hartman.
Commanders.
No.
Commanders backup.
No. Joe Milton. Rookie
Joe
of the year.
Milton 150-1.
All right, so let's recap our best bets.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a ton. I like the over 6.5 wins. I guess it's not going to be my lock. Aaron Jones most rushing touchdowns.
I
70-1. Kramer talked me into it. JJ McCarthy. We both love the lower 18.5 passing touchdowns. Right in line with the 6.5. Kramer's a half game under. I'm a half game over.
Need to hit up Benson. Get the most touchdown markets put up at Circa so we can get down on those because we want to get down on a number of guys.
They just have yards right now.
Just yards. I mean, there's so many interesting guys in the touchdown markets. Come on, let's go.